How are you so sure it was me? Since when can you recognize fields? I guess Hive hasn't been completely useless for once. When did you get home? What? There's no way you just got home, Sunshine. Why are you making that face? You think I missed you. And why would I have done that? Is that so? I'm not going to deny it, Sunshine. Yes, I missed you being here. You didn't text as much as you usually do when you're gone, and it wasn't quite the same as having my friend here. I am not a sap. Don't make me regret admitting to emotions. Well, seeing as you've been home mere minutes, I should give you some space too. Sunshine, you can take the time to rest. Fine. Since you're practically begging me to, I'll stay. But don't complain when you inevitably find me insufferable and want me out. So, you've been gone since last Friday, Sunshine. What did you do while you were away? Why me first? Sunshine, you're aware that I speak with only a few people on a day-to-day basis, correct? And of said few, you're the only one that I routinely divulge my innermost thoughts to, yes? If anyone's heard me talk about myself, it's you. And here I thought I was the insufferable one. At least come sit down so I'm not straining my neck to look at you, please. Okay. Without you here, I've been focusing primarily on things with my coterie. What is it? Yeah, the last time I saw Solstice, she was, the coterie has been taking up the majority of her time. She seemed stressed, but, she's strong, Sunshine, just busy. I asked the rest of the coterie about her. They've seen her fairly recently, so I trust she's getting what she has to done. I'm sure as soon as she gets more free time, she'll be back to spamming both of our phones. Of course, I can count on a bit of healthy skepticism from you where it matters. Have I ever told you about the coterie? Outside of Solstice, of course. I suppose a slight introduction, so to speak, is in order then. This coterie in particular is made up of 6 Cupids, including me and Solstice. It's made up of different classifications, but besides me, there's one other Placid. Their name is Darcy, and objectively, they're an incredibly skilled and focused Cupid. Desire work for every Cupid can look different in practice. In Darcy's case, they offer relationship mediation. They sit down with friends or couples who are fighting and patiently bridge the gap between the issues each side presents until they can leave with some sort of resolution. When I first began shadowing them, I was a bit resistant to actually learn anything from them. Could I finish my story without you teasing me? I didn't see anything particularly special about what they did. From my perspective, all day long, Darcy spoke to strangers who came in with fairly straightforward problems, and by the end, Everyone was all smiles and thank yous, with the two of us getting a source of energy. It felt relatively routine, almost reminiscent of the work I did underneath my previous coterie. And then there was a day where a pair of friends came in. I won't bore you with the details, but their feelings were palpable the moment they stepped into the room. Frustration, sadness, anger, jealousy, resentment. And yet, they both had these forced, plastered smiles. One of them had suggested they stop in here, but neither of them wanted to open up about anything that was trapped beneath the surface. Darcy could sense the same emotions I could, the exact opposite of what we feed on. Still, I watched as they merely uncrossed their legs, leaned forward, and asked, "How long will you justify staying friends in hopes of going back to the way things used to be?" Yeah, I was taken aback, to say the least. I don't think I'd ever witnessed such a calm reaction to the amount of emotions unleashed with that one sentence. None of it was directed at either of us, but still, it was like Darcy had been the final drop to break a dam with erosion years in the making. And by the end of that session, it was clear that the two of them planned to leave as strangers. When we first emerge, Cupids are taught what we survive on and simple ways to acquire those desires. It's why so many of us go into desire work as is, because it's easier to just focus on that survival instinct. When the two of them left, I asked Darcy why they didn't try to fix that friendship. They said the beauty in being a Cupid was having the cognizance to understand that not everything is worth salvaging. Then they promptly asked if I would actually try to shadow them from now on. It's not fun having someone hold a mirror up to my face, but that seems to be the only way I learn, apparently. I doubt it. Solstice making an appearance was accidental. It's not very common for Cupids to intentionally cross paths of someone if they don't intend to feed from them. What, are you hoping to meet as many Cupids as possible for some reason? If you're looking to gain notoriety at Hive, I don't think that's the way to go about doing so, Sunshine. That is what I think. So, what was... Do you mean have I fed on desire recently, or have I had human food? Yes, I've fed fairly recently. You know I'm not an avid fan of human food, but I'm assuming you want to know because there's something you'd like me to try. Does this have to do with that human holiday that passed recently? I assumed. You shouldn't get your hopes up, Sunshine. My palate is a bit particular, and from what I've heard of this holiday, I'm not sure I'll enjoy whatever it is you'll have me try. A surplus of options doesn't change the fact that I may be averse to the taste. But for you, I think I would be willing to try at the very least. The last human food I remember enjoying that wasn't some sort of dessert was some pasta dish. I can't recall what specifically. Why would you add pasta to a salad, Sunshine? The name doesn't instill much confidence in me. I hope you understand the level of trust I'm placing with you. When you were home, did you... Sunshine? You know I can tell you're getting me to talk to avoid talking about your trip, right? If it's something you'd rather not discuss, I won't force it out of you. You give me that same respect, you are more than deserving of it as well. But I can sense that tension inside of you, and if I can help put you at ease, I want to, Sunshine. Of course, take your time. I'm in no rush. But something happened to result in you leaving 2 days early. You were visiting family. I had assumed that you were looking for a change of scenery, so to speak, while you had the time off from classes. You don't have to continue if you don't want to, Sunshine. Are you sure? Okay. So you saw your family, and that isn't fair to you, Sunshine. I'm sorry things went down like that. You would have had my full support had I been there. I hope you know that. But you're struggling to believe it deep down. Sunshine, do you regret moving to Notarum? You moved here to get away from some of those problems, right? Do you regret that decision? I don't regret it, but there are times where I begin reflecting on how I ended up here, what I could have done differently, all of those sort of introspective lines of thinking. There are times where I can go without thinking about it, but then I see what's on my hands or across my face. They are reminders of another time in my life, one that I can't definitively say was better or worse. But despite that, I wouldn't trade this for anything. Do you want to know why? Because otherwise, I wouldn't have met you, Sunshine. And by proxy, I don't think I would have bonded with Solstice's coterie either. Without you, my time spent in this realm would have remained mundane. Instead, I spend my day knowing that once I'm back in my apartment, I have someone close by to turn to. I know I'm not capable of taking away all of the pain you feel in regards to your family, but the difference between then and now is you have support. You don't have to keep that turmoil under lock and key out of fear that you'll be left when someone sees what's inside. I've seen it, Sunshine, and it doesn't change the fact that I care deeply about you. It's safe to let your guard down. It's alright if you can't shine as bright right now. I may be hardwired to wax poetic. Don't act like you don't enjoy it. Come here. Yes, come get a Romeo hug. I'm sure you'll get me back for it someday. That your phone? What is it? From Hive? Wait a minute. You know a necromancer? How does that happen? Interesting. What did they say? I think you should go hang out. After all, your first friend after me can't squander an opportunity like that. I will be fine if you leave again, Sunshine. You've still got a life to live outside of me, and what matters is you being happy. What is it? Wow, Sunshine, you're really bleeding me dry with these hugs. Alright. Have fun, okay?